Okay. So I was talking with one of my girls that signed up. I'm going to mute you guys for just 1 second. And she told me, she said, I've been to lots of Pampered Chef parties, but I found you. She just attended a party online, and she told me, that no one had ever asked her about the business, ever. So she just had kind of found me in this party, and it just made me sad to think that she had been through years of Pampered Chef parties, and she actually had wanted to sign up for years, but no one had ever said anything to her, until she found me. And I just, and she was just like, I want to sign up so bad. No one has ever reached out to me and offered me this business. So that's why when she really wanted to, she never went to those consultants that she had these parties with, because they never offered her, the opportunity. So just keep that in mind when you guys are having these parties, and when you think about, this business, how much it can be such an impact in someone's life for more than just, the money reason or the reasons that we think, someone may want to sign up. There are a lot of people that have gotten so much more out of Pampered Chef. So just keep that in mind, and don't ever be afraid to share about this business is mainly what I want for you guys to understand, because, a little bit about me, because I know Holly knows me probably the best out of all of you, but a little bit about me is I've been with Pampered Chef for over 7 years now. And when I started Pampered Chef, I had been a teacher for 7 years. I taught kindergarten and first grade, and I had been to multiple Pampered Chef parties, and I loved our products. And I still taught when I had our firstborn, but when we had our secondborn, that's when my husband and I crunched the numbers, and it was going to pretty much take up half of my teacher salary to put 2 children in childcare. So at that time, I was looking for something part-time so that I could, make up some of the salary that I was going to be missing from teaching. I had never done anything besides teach, and I sure had never sold a thing in my life. So I knew nothing about selling, but I did know that I loved Pampered Chef products, and I could talk to people about them because I use them in my kitchen. And so I ended up signing up. And when I first signed up, my goal was to make an extra $500 a month. I did that my very first month. And so then I thought, okay, where could this business, actually take me? And guys, it has taken me so far. Okay. If you guys didn't know, you are part of an executive team. So I am an executive director with the Pampered Chef. And it's just been an amazing ride. I've been able to go on 6 vacations in my 7 years with Pampered Chef. And I've already earned Disney World, okay, which is why, guys, I'm wearing these right here, okay? I am wearing these as a reminder to you all that even at the point where you guys are at now, you still have plenty of time to earn this trip, okay? It's a trip for 4 to Disney World in Florida this year, and you get to take 4 people on this trip, you included. And so I got to take my family to Disneyland. The second trip that I earned was to Disneyland, and I still remember just the memories of being able to take my children there. And I'm super excited. They're already excited to go back again, already asking, when do we go? When do we go? I'm like, my 4-year-old, when do we go to Disney World? Not for a year, bud. It's like tomorrow? No, not tomorrow. So he has no concept of what next year means. But so when I set goals for myself, okay, I work really, really hard to achieve them. And I know that you guys wouldn't be here if that wasn't the case for yourself, okay? So I'm super excited to be working with you all. And I'm going to share some things about this program with you. Okay, so the goal, okay, is we would like for you all, and if you guys, this is the point where you guys want to start taking notes if you are able to, okay? The goal is that we want to have you promote by August 1st to director. Some of you will be a fast track director, at that point. Let me ask you this. How many of you know what Fast Track Director is? Let me unmute you for a minute.
I do.
I know Holly does. Sonia, do you? I'm gonna unmute you all. Okay, Sonia, do you know what Fast Track Director is?
I think that the fast track was you have to have 5 recruits and 5,000 in sales, but I'm not positive.
You're correct. Yep. Hi, Elsie.
Hello.
Melody,
Okay. Yes, Holly.
when do they, okay, the recruits don't automatically count, do they? Do they have to work their business for a certain amount of time?
Okay, so let me explain what Fast Track is, just so everyone understands. Now, Tammy, you've been with the business 8 months, you said?
Yeah, so I'm out of that.
So you're out of that, but you're still not out of the director benefits, which I'm going to talk about in just a minute, okay?
Right.
Okay,
Okay.
so, right, so with fast tracking, okay, for those of you that, hey, Elsie,
Yes,
how long have you been with Pampered Chef?
since the first part of March.
Okay. When is your 90 days? You know?
It was over with in June.
Okay. Okay. Who is your upline, Elsie?
Christy Seed.
Okay.
Seed. Sorry.
Perfect. Thank you. Okay, awesome. Okay, so as far as fast tracking, what that means is that you promote to director in your first 90 days, okay? So the part of this program is we are going to try to help you do it by August 1st, okay, which is a month and a half, basically. And there have been some people on our team that have done it in a month, you know, so I do know that it is very doable. But with fast tracking, it is having 5 members on your team, and they do not all have to be directly under you. Okay, so if you have someone that signs up and they have someone that signs up under them, that counts towards your 5. Okay, now as far as reaching the actual goal, kind of what Holly is asking, they just need 150 in sales is the requirement to be active. Okay, but I'm going to show you guys a solution for next month when it comes to the people and what they are going to need to actually hitting the directorship. Okay, but when you have the 5 people and it's $5,000 in sales total between your sales and the 5 people under your sales. So all your sales together, when they equal 5,000, that's when you promote. Okay, so so that's a little bit, and then the bonus is the cash. Okay, when you do that in your first 90 days, you are going to get $500 cash. When you maintain your directorship, that means when you guys hit director status for the next 3 months, you're going to get another $500. And if you have someone that joins this program and they become a director in your 6 months, so not by your 90 day, but they give you an extra 3 months to do that. Okay, so when you do about by your 6 months, they give you $1,000 of cash. Okay, and that's basically, I think it's just added to your paycheck. So they just add it to your paycheck when it comes on. So if you hit it August 1st, your money would be added to your paycheck August 7th. Okay, so that's how that would work. So that's a nice chunk of money. So let's talk about the other benefits of becoming a director. Okay, so you have less incentive points to Disney World. Okay, so the directors have less points that they have to earn. You get 250 PC dollars when you promote. You get $100 of professional development. So if there's some sort of professional development that you'd like to take, you can get $100 to go towards that professional development you'd like to take. You get a 3% pay increase on your personal sales. Okay, so let's say you're making 24, 25%. They add 3% to that sales. Okay, so instead of your 24%, you're gonna be making 27% off your personal sales, and you get 3% off your team sales. So whatever your team makes, you get an extra 3% off of their sales as well. Okay, so basically it's like 6% increase because you're making 3% off of yours and 3% off of theirs. Okay, you get a $10 activity bonus for every recruit that is active. Okay, so when they are active, you get $10 activity bonus. And then you get free director boxes. Okay, so the new products that are coming out in the fall, when you fast track, you get those automatically. Okay, those of you that are not fast tracking, as long as your sales for the 3 months prior, okay, so if August 1st is your promotion date, if you look at your sales from July, from June, and from May, and sorry, 4 months, May and then April. Okay, so those are, so April through July are the months that you're going to look at. Okay, so April through July, you need at least $5,000 in sales over those 4 months, your sales added up together, or $1,253 out of those 4 months. Okay, so those of you that are past the fast tracking time, that's how you guys get the new fall products. Okay, fast tracking, because they know you only have 3 months to do it in anyways, you guys get it because you have to do it in 3 months and so quick. Okay, so those are kind of the requirements there. So the requirements for this group, okay, is first, want to promote to director. Obviously, that's kind of the whole point of this, okay? So wanting to promote to director, being willing to give 110%, to be on the Zoom calls. Obviously, you guys are here right now, okay? So that's important, is you guys did the first step, you're here, okay? So also keep the scheduled calls that we have, in the future, because there will be time where you guys have one-on-one calls. Okay, to see how things are going, to talk to you guys personally, to check in. Okay, so this, I am giving you guys a lot of my time because I truly believe in you all and what you are capable of. Okay, so that is why I'm willing to give my time to you all, because like right now my kids are down, hanging out, watching movies and stuff like that. So, I'm giving my time, so I hope that you guys will do the same. Also, committed to completing all the calls to action within the identified time frame. So at the end of this call, I'm going to have a call to action, okay, and that's what we're going to be using that Legacy Leaders group page, okay, for you guys to post on there. So this is the important part. Okay. I want you to try to work on having 12, don't let the number scare you, 12 virtual parties by the end of this 3-week period, going into July. That could be, 4 cooking shows and 8 virtual. Okay, however you want to break it down. Okay, but here's what that's going to give you guys. It's going to give you a set calendar that is going to help you accomplish your goals. Imagine what it would feel like for you guys to have 3,000 to 3,500 and you only need 5,000 to promote to director. And so those people on your team, if some of them sign towards the end of July, your sales are already there and all they need is 150. Okay, that is why it is so important for your guys' sales to be there next month. Okay, because these people that are going to be joining your team, our goal is once they sign up to get them going right away. Okay, but if they, maybe they have just one party, or maybe they don't, maybe they sign up literally a couple days before the end of July. Okay, maybe they can collect, some sales you know, from friends and family that may want something to get themselves to the 150. But 5 people at 150 is not going to get you to the 5,000. Okay. So that's where we're going to work, you know, to get some of them started out strong. But in case some of them come towards the end of July, then your sales are going to be there. Okay. So that's super, super important part of this. So when we are working now about doing the bookings, okay, this is with the goal in mind. And I know some of you guys may still have some parties for the rest of this month, okay, to happen. But, and you may get some more bookings from them. That's why you have 3 weeks to make this happen, okay? So this week, we're going to have a call next Sunday at 8:30. And then the next Sunday after that at 8:30 as well. So there'll be a call on the 23rd and the 30th at 8:30. I'm doing a little bit later next call. The only reason this call had to be at 7:30 is because Holly has 2 new team members, and I'm helping her train them tonight at 8:30. So I needed to do this call a little bit earlier. But next week's call we're going to do on Sunday, and I also didn't want to do it on yesterday on Sunday because it was Father's Day. So I didn't want to ask you guys to be on a call last night. So but the next 2 are going to be on Sunday. Okay. So your goal by the 30th, okay, is to have these 12 bookings on your calendar. Okay. So guys, that breaks up into basically 3 a week. Okay. All of my parties start on Saturday. So when you're looking at your calendar for July, you know, you're looking at, you know, even if you don't do that first week of July because it's 4th of July, if you start parties on the 6th, the 13th, and the 20th, let's say, then you're going to have your 12 for the month. Okay. If you're interested in cooking it all, you know, those can be thrown in there and count as well. Okay. So why are bookings so important? Why do you guys think that bookings, why is bookings going to be the focus of our next 3 calls? What do you think?
Keeps the business going.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's how we get our recruits.
Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely. So with bookings, bookings are the lifeline of our business. Okay. So there's a general rule that our founder, Doris Christopher, okay, she said 8 and 2 no matter what. Back when I started, that was 8 cooking and 2 recruits. Okay. But now, you know, as you guys started, is there anyone that has any cooking shows?
I have
Want
one
some more?
Holly, you have one?
Saturday.
I haven't had one.
You have one, Jamie?
No, I have not had one.
Okay.
I have someone interested, but we haven't scheduled it yet.
Awesome. So guys, when I started, obviously virtual parties, they weren't even a thing. I mean, they weren't even around yet. So when I first started Pampered Chef, all I had was cooking shows and catalog parties. Okay. So, and honestly, no one even told me about the fast tracking program. So like what you guys are going through right now, I didn't even have a clue what fast tracking was because no one shared it with me. I didn't have a whole lot of help when I first started Pampered Chef. Okay. So you guys are truly lucky that you have leaders, you know, that believe in you enough to even share with this program and that you guys are able to take off and do what you can do. Because virtual parties, honestly, they are what, I mean, they're awesome because you can be in front of so many people at one time. You have the opportunity to get bookings and you have the opportunity to get more recruits just because you're in front of more people. Back when, you know, I was just doing cooking shows and 8 to 10 people showed up, that means 8 to 10 people I am working with at a given time to book my parties and to have, you know, people join my team. You know, so luckily, you know, you have 40, 50 people in a party, you're much more likely to get, get more bookings and to get recruits within those people. So, but, so 8 and 2 is kind of a golden rule to live by. And if you do, you're always going to have a strong business and be a strong leader. Now, the reason that I say more, okay, because really you have to double that number in virtual parties, because some virtual parties are going to be lower than your cooking show. So what used to be 8 and 2 is more like, 12 to 16 for virtuals, okay? Just because you have those that a couple may cancel, a couple may not qualify, but if you have 12 strong parties, guys, I mean, you are going to have a successful, honestly. So, so your focus is that you always want to remember that leaders don't work to minimums. Okay, so I will tell you, I'm in a program right now called LEAD. Our requirement, we have to have at least 8 shows submitted and 2 recruits every month. And when I started having that mentality, and I've been in this program, guys, since 2016, off and on, different years that they have given it, okay? So this program, the very first time I did it and they told me I had to have 2 recruits every month, I was scared to death. But when I started having that mentality of that is my goal every month, something amazing happened in my business. I mean, it took off. And from that point to the point where I went from director in March of 2016 to executive director in May 1st of 2017 because of the 8 and 2. Okay, so, and back in 2016, virtual parties had just started coming out, so that's why it was eight cooking shows. But virtual parties are just, I mean, it's great to have those and add those in now. But if you can start having the mentality of those 2 recruits, you are going to go so far. You will achieve every trip you will get. Okay, because I have lived by 8 and 2 almost since I started this business. Okay, not the 2 recruits necessarily, but I've always had about 8 shows. The 2 recruits came a little bit later. I had done 1, 0, 3, sometimes 2. I was kind of all over the place in my recruiting. But when I decided mentally that that was going to be my goal, that is when my business took off. Okay, so that is why we're going for those 12 to 16, okay, because that's really going to help you have your calendar booked. Okay, so the first thing that I want to talk to you guys about, okay, I want you guys to get a notebook of some sort, spiral notebook. If you don't know, let me show you, let me screen share with you real quick. Let me get on there before I screen share. On our Team PC Hotshots page. Okay, let me screen share so I can show you guys this real quick. Okay. Okay, so here's our Team PC Hotshot page. If you go to where it says learning, okay, over here, learning is at the top of your page too. Okay, so learning, if you go down here to new consultant training, okay, if you don't know this is here, this is for you all and any of your new consultants, okay? New consultant training, if you go to where it says how to track your contacts. Okay, so you can print this page off right here, just pull it up, okay? And you can print this off. This has 25 contacts right here, and you can mark off how many times you have touched base with them. Okay, so you can print this off. Here is an example of what it looks like, when it's filled out here. Okay, so you have this. You can write the day that you've contacted them. Now, this person here, she's one of my executive friends. She wrote the last 4 digits of their phone number. If you're wondering what those numbers are, that's the last 4 digits of their phone number, just so she could see it in her phone. But those are some examples here of what that looks like, okay? So you can either print out this sheet or you can use a notebook, okay? But our goal is to have 25 contacts in a week. Okay, if you can continue to do this in your business, it's going to be amazing for you, okay, because you're just going to keep having contacts. Now, the thing of it is, okay, and you're going to find this in your new consultants too. They're going to say, I sent all these messages and people didn't reply, okay? So if you have someone that doesn't respond when you first send them a message, don't let that be the last time that you reach out to them. Okay, don't just think, oh, well, they didn't respond, okay? Go back in a couple days later and say something like, I know everyone's super crazy busy. I just was wondering if you saw the last message I sent you. Hope you are well. Something like that, okay? Contact them again, okay? Because I don't know if you guys, when you are on your phone and you see something pop up and you're like, oh, I need to get back to that, and then you forget to go back in and message that person, okay? Sometimes it may not be just because they don't want to, book a party with you. It could be because they don't, they forgot to message you back, okay? So be sure to follow back up with them. Okay, so with the 25, the contacts here. So we are going to, what I want you to do is I want you to have the 25 contacts a week. I want you to write down on there who you are contacting, when you contacted them, okay, and you can write responding, when did I respond to them next? Okay, so you know that you have responded to them or you reached out to them, because 25 contacts, guys, 25 contacts means they had a two-way conversation with you. It doesn't count as a contact if they didn't respond back, okay? So you want to have 25 conversations with people. Okay, so if they didn't respond back, okay, then you're finding someone else to mark towards those 25. Okay, so what you can do is you can start going into Facebook and start in your A's. Okay, and I can give you the wording. I'll post it on our page after this. The wording to send to these people. Okay, so I will post it on the page. You guys can just copy it. Write myself a note to post the wording so I remember to do that. So I will post that, and then you just start with your A contacts, guys. And you know what I've started doing is in my calendar, I put every day when I'm going to make my contacts. Even if it's 10 minutes a day, write down your time of when you are going to reach out to people. Start with the letter A in your Facebook and start going through it. Okay, so I'm going to do A's at this time tomorrow. Then I'm going to try my B's. Then I'm going to go through my C's. Just be diligent in doing it, because sometimes we're like, we start prejudging people and then we don't find the time to actually do it. Okay, so just be sure that you have on your calendar when you are actually going to do it. Okay, so that is super important. Okay, so so have your list out. You're going to start contacting people. Write down when you want to start contacting people. Okay, so if you have exhausted already all of your Facebook list of people, here are some ideas of people. Okay, friend referrals, going through your contacts on your phone, any customers in your parties, while you're out and about at the grocery store, Dollar General, doctor's office, okay, things like that. Pampering a business is always a lot of fun. Pampering a business, you make some brownies, you make some cookies, whatever, and some Pampered Chef container. Take it to them with some catalogs, drop them off, and say that you'll be back in a couple days, for your pan and to collect any orders that they may have. Okay, so you can always pamper a business in some way. Your holiday card list, wedding guest list, that would have been a while back for me, but maybe some of you got married more recent than I did. Family reunion list, just thinking outside the box. If you have went through all the A, B, C's and to the Z's on your Facebook list, okay, then try some of these out of the box contacts of different people, okay? So first call to action, okay, is I want you to do, I'm going to post a video, and it is the 25 contacts, and Stephanie Richardson is the one that talks to you about how to do the 25 contacts. Okay, so when I post that video, you guys can just comment below and say done, okay? And then at the end of the week, so next Sunday before our call, I want you to post a picture of your 25 contact list. Okay, so post a picture of your 25 contact list. And then I also am going to have you listen to it's called a Coffee Talk call, and I will share with you the code and how to get into it. And this call is only like 15 minutes. Okay, so your 2 calls to action shouldn't take you very long. The one call is 15 minutes. The other call, is like 5 minutes. The 25 contact call by Stephanie, and then just starting to fill out your 25 contact list. Okay, if that's just reaching out to 5 people a day, guys. Okay, if you reach out to 5 people a day, you can get through your contact list. Okay, by next Sunday. So just make it a point, guys, to be intentional. Set your time, of when you're going to work on your business. Okay, and do those things. So I will be posting that on the Legacy Leaders page. Okay, so does anyone have any questions? I'll unmute you for a second and let me know if you guys have any questions here. I am going to stop the recording here.